Hello, folks, and once again, welcome back to the Petalburg Woods, where the grass is green and the girls are pretty. Let's talk some Pokemon. This is the show, as always, where we discuss the world and feelings surrounding Pokemon, the way that these games make us interact with each other, with the mediums, and everything in between and around. I'm your lovely host, as always, Droomish, and I am joined today by...
I'm your other lovely host, Capreo. Hi there. Welcome to the woods. Great to see you. Thanks for checking out the episode. And we have one other very special guest with us. It is Celerba.
Hi.
Hello.
I kind of just got lost on the way to Rustboro and found y'all here, so
right on.
You know.
And you didn't use any repels, so here we are. We ambushed you and said, "Come on our talk show."
Yep.
How you doing?
It's
doing all right.
It's our 10th episode. I just want to throw that out there. We made it to 10, just by the way.
Yeah, we made
I
it
had
to
to
10.
in my notes to mention because I was listening to episode 9 and I forget who was saying I forget who was saying it when you were mentioning going to double digits and everything. So I was excited to mention that, but yeah.
We made it. Who'da thunk? How should we celebrate? What should we do for 10?
We're having Celerba on the show.
Oh yeah, okay. No, that's perfect. Good idea.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, cool.
So, who are you? Just real quick.
Me?
Yeah, you.
All right. I'm Celerba. Max. That's so they call me. I wasn't prepared for this part, so I'm. Let's see. I do like kind of tech Pokemon projects. I like to mix my love of programming with my love of pocket monsters, and I just like to do little techie things with Pokemon, e-reader cards, arbitrary code execution. I guess I shiny hunt a lot too, but those kind of go hand in hand. I feel
nobody cares about shiny hunting.
Yeah, so that's stupid anyway.
We'll move
that's
on.
Old hat.
Yeah, for sure.
We're here with Celerba today to discuss the mystery gift, the mystery gift. And I feel like it's cool because that's like a proper noun in Pokemon. Like I could give you a mystery gift in real life, but in Pokemon, this is the mystery gift, and it's pretty awesome.
Mm-hmm.
But first, as we often like to do, this is my favorite part of the show. What are we up to these days? Pokemon, let's keep it on games, I guess. But someone who isn't me can go first. I got to go first last week. That was pretty awesome. But I've had my time in the sun.
I'll go first. I was just streaming right before we started to record here, and I finally filled Pokemon Box, and so I got my gift, Surfing Pichu, finally, which I'm very excited about. I'm going to use it in a playthrough of Emerald. So if you'd like to join me for that, twitch.tv/Capreo_. It's going to start Tuesday, September 9th. I would love to see you there. I'm going to play through Emerald one last time as a final send-off to Gen 3 after having done everything. And getting this Pichu was okay. There's a whole, I'm not going to get into it, but like there's a whole thing with Box and how you can't like deposit Pokemon into it from a whole bunch of different games. You basically just have to deposit all of the guys from a single game in order to get the gift. Anyway, there's a whole video. Absol Blogs Pokemon has a great video with a patch for Box as well. If you are interested in using Box yourself, however you're able to get your hands on Box, wink, wink. But yeah, check that out. It makes Box a lot more user-friendly. I'm very excited to finally have that like done and dusted. And otherwise, earlier this week, I or I guess this past weekend, started doing VGC in Scarlet and Violet. Currently, Regulation I is happening. Hey, this is Spencer. I'm just editing the show, and I just wanted to mention at the time of us recording this episode, Regulation I was happening, but Regulation J just started on the in-game ladder for Scarlet and Violet, which includes mythical Pokemon can now be allowed as restricted Pokemon. But anyway, Regulation I just ended basically, and J just started. If you're like, no, it's not I anymore, that's why. Anyway, back to the show.
Damn them for making it fun.
I know. I can't believe it. I kind of got the bug. There's a few different things that happened all at once that kind of like finally gave me this one final push to play VGC. Worlds happened. Droomish, you started playing VGC, which kind of gave me the bug a little bit. And then a friend of mine.
I hate that it's fun, but
it's a lot of fun. A friend of mine was also watching Worlds, and they were like, "Hey, if I start to learn VGC, will you kind of show me the ropes a little bit?" And I don't have any ropes to show, so I was like, "Yeah, I mean, I'll do my best, but I feel kind of obligated to like learn also to then kind of whatever I learn by trying myself, I'm gonna then pass along to this friend of mine." So anyway, but it has been a lot of fun. I got to Master Ball in Scarlet using Michael Kelsch's rental team. It's called 99% Hope, and it features Trick Room, Ice Rider Calyrex, Screens Grimmsnarl, a bunch of other guys. Ice Rider Calyrex and Miraidon are the two restricteds on that team. Anyway,
bunch of other guys.
A bunch of other guys on that team that are very, very good. Anyway, VGC I mean, as you said, Droomish, it's been a lot of fun. I kind of like, I'm like thinking about it, like when I'm not playing Scarlet Violet, like just when I'm, going about my day to day, I'm just like thinking about VGC now, which I think is a good sign for like, I think I genuinely have the bug for VGC, which is exciting. So
yeah, I feel like this is a good sign for like, I don't know, like my outlook on life. I was like, well, I mean, not to get too real with it, but like, just like I was at work and like thinking about like, like maybe Rillaboom should be this way instead. Mm-hmm. I'm really excited to get like, I have something to do today. How great is that? Mm-hmm. Like, yeah, it was getting me like that a little bit.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, VGC's been great. And built a team for Regulation H. There is a tournament coming up soon. I think the registration for it starts August 28th, and then I think the tournament itself is like the 5th, 6th, and 7th of September. I think it's like a grand challenge or something, the first one for 2026. Oh
yeah,
the season.
Online.
Yeah, I don't know if Reg H is like continuing after this tournament or not, but I like Reg H a lot as a format, just with the lack of restricteds and just allowing, like more regular Pokemon to be viable is nice.
Like Tyranitar.
Great shout.
Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Anyway, that's me.
Tyranitar sucks. Well, it's cool. Okay, it's like it's really pissing me off. No, it's just pissing me off. Okay,
everybody's running around. You're mad at.
I'm mad at it for being good. Like I was just about to tell you. Like we were talking about it a second ago, and I wanted to tell you that Terraflying Tyranitar is everywhere and ruining my life. Like
it's a menace.
Like that guy's a menace. So like, he's great. He's great. Don't worry about it. He's really strong. Apparently, I don't know. Maybe I'm terrible, but I keep getting my butt kicked by him.
Celerba, what have you been up to lately?
Well, before I mention that, I wanted to say I'm glad. I was looking forward. I had my notes. I was looking forward to hearing about an update on your Gen 3 100% playthrough.
Thanks.
You said cool. Emerald as the final playthrough. Is this goodbye for Emerald? Like, is that you made it sound pretty like?
Yeah, like I mean, It's my favorite game, and I will inevitably play it again, but I have been doing Gen 3 for a couple years now. Pretty, pretty, I don't know what the word is. Just I've been going at it, I guess.
Have you talked to every signpost yet?
No. That isn't Tomohiro's
Tama's going to be really sad.
Checklist. Yeah, Tama's going to be like, didn't talk to every signpost, not 100%. Anyway, but no, I do just want to move on to Gen 4 and then do Gen 4 and do it.
And then do more Emerald after, right?
And then more Emerald, yeah, inevitably.
All right, okay, that's all I needed to know. I was a little worried about that. All right. As far as what I've been getting around to, I just got back from Worlds pretty recently, which was wild. Never done a Pokemon Worlds before, so that was huge. And I want to be so honest. It's like I'm like fired up for like projects and stuff. So the free time, the time outside of my projects, I guess I should say, I play like a little bit of Scarlet and Violet. I'm like finishing the DLC. I play like, I don't know, 15 minutes, half asleep in bed every night. And that's pretty much what I've been up to gaming wise, but everything's just projects, which I can certainly share, but I know this is more of like,
give me a taste. Give me a taste.
100%.
I'm tantalized.
We're revisiting the e-reader.
Very cool.
I will say.
Oh, did you get one of those cards? Like, you got one, right?
Yeah,
Did Vex make you a card?
I got a Lugia one. It wasn't. I know they can't see it, but
sick.
Oh my god,
the Lugia.
Okay. We'll try to get that on screen. If you're on YouTube, that was too good to not.
I'll send a better picture. Revisiting the e-reader, that was definitely part of the motivation for that. And then as far as what kind of event, there are multiple. And I will just say this first one involves eggs.
Cool.
For Ruby and Sapphire. And I'm very excited because I love eggs. I love the randomness with eggs and just like it's like a little gotcha, but like you kind of know what you're gonna get, but like the stats are random, the nature's random, Pokemon could be shiny, that's also random. Like that's beautiful.
That's a loot box, baby.
That, but yeah, as far as gaming, a little bit of Scarlet and Violet before bed. I'm hoping to jump on the VGC train. I've been eyeing that, but I've been trying to like get like a little buddy to like a little accountability buddy. Like, hey, how many wolf videos did you watch today? Did you watch enough?
What?
Did you do your homework?
Did you do your homework? Like how many matches did you play? And just a little bit of shiny hunting, but that's a constant. So that's where I'm at.
I would love to harass you about playing with your Tyranitar team. I will real soon.
All right, good.
Try to get it built. Yeah, I've been playing VGC too. Yeah, whatever. I'm getting there with being thrilled about it, but it's pretty awesome. It's pretty cool. I like it a lot. I'm in an online with other people. I'm in an online tournament this weekend. At the time of recording, it'll be long gone when this actually hits the airwaves, but I'm playing in one this Saturday, which is exciting. A little league that I'm a part of, and it's Reg H. I have a silly little team. It's the the one titled dog shit in the chat that I sent a second ago. I also have been to the dismay of many. Instead of making videos, I've been shiny hunting and playing on my DSi. I don't know. I'm starting to get it. I guess I think I like Pokemon. it's weird, but I think I like it. It's sort of strange feeling.
Curious.
Like, I don't know. Like this is an earnest comment that I'm making right now. Like, I do my little esoteric analyses on the old gens and like make like macro comments, but like, I don't know. I'm like actually like going to the fair or whatever. Like I'm out here and I just feel engaged by the media, like the full extent of the sites. I'm really enjoying all of it. I'm even okay, big one for me actually. I'm playing like the cards in I have a deck. People will know Dragapult DX, everybody's favorite deck. I teach after school math, so I'm great at it. I'm great at counting up the damage counters. Dragapult's my sweet little math deck. Pokemon's pretty fun. There's a lot of Pokemon to be had.
And you're also playing Unite? Was that?
Oh yeah, I was actually. The good shout. They got me playing Unite again. I don't know, just that's like this.
You're locked in on
I'm so glad
competitive.
you remembered that. I guess so. I mean, our friends asked me to play the other night, and I was like, I'm not doing anything. Let's do it. And then I got super into it. It's probably the least fun, I guess, but these are all fun. Like we're ranking Pokemon games here, so it's like all S, but this one is like S minus, I guess. Unite really is such. I could go on and on. No, I don't want to do this tangent today. I could spend an hour talking about why Unite is like actually a pretty well designed game. Like just really good stuff. I think they knew exactly what they were doing, and it feels good to play. 10-minute hard cap, because like there's just the simple truth of the matter is that MOBAs suck, and MOBAs make you not have fun. MOBAs make you angry, actually. You have a biological disposition to be enraged at MOBAs. So when Pokemon Unite puts a hard 10-minute cap on a game, they are forcing you to not be angry and instead have fun.
That was going to be my question.
Game. Oh, yeah?
Okay. Well, I was going to ask before you said you didn't want to go on a tangent, but if you could sell it to somebody who dismisses it with like, oh, it's a MOBA, I hate MOBAs, I don't want to play it. Pokemon could never get me to play a MOBA. I'll play anything Pokemon, but not a MOBA.
I really think that they are aware of everything that makes a MOBA infuriating in Unite. Like, and take it from me, somebody who has stayed up, I don't know, essentially ruined my young adult life. Like, let's just call it as it is. Ruined my young adult life playing League of Legends, getting called all sorts of names every single day at like 2:30 in the morning. I know why some games are fun and some games are not fun. And it's just like limiters, I guess. The 10 minutes thing is really nice. The automatic XP is really nice. And the one thing that is I really just cannot defend is like the scoring. Where's the score? You got me on the tangent. Show me the damn score. Show me the damn score in Pokemon Unite. I don't want we're just hanging in there is not effective communication or information for me as the player trying to decide, am I going to go top in 4v1 or am I going to go bottom and try to push the little pellets into the thing? I need to know if it's like 150 to 140, but that's the weirdest thing about the game. I mean, it's just like, it is just a MOBA's MOBA, but I really do think that like they like at some point had to be like, okay, kids are probably going to be the main target audience for this game. This needs to not be League of Legends. And they did a decent job. So child and adult alike will say, hey, this like actually could be fun.
I think it's worth to try that game, even like if you have like a handful of friends on Switch or your phone also, I guess it's on there too. It is a great like social game. You don't have to play ranked. It's just like fun to like be in a call with some pals, play and unite. It's a great game in that regard. Helps that it's free too. But yeah, it does have that extra. You can like dig into it for sure, and like really sink your teeth into its deeper mechanics, the meta, all that stuff, if you really wanted to, and get good, as it were. But I don't know. I feel like it's better as a casual game, personally.
Did you watch it at Worlds? I liked it at Worlds.
Yeah.
I like when they play it at Worlds.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun to watch too. I think the casters for it do a good job of like making it more exciting. Yeah. When you were there, Celerba, did you like what events did you see in person for Worlds?
I think really just VG finals. And that was in like Hall C. I watched it on a screen.
Awesome.
Which was still epic, but I couldn't do the arena. Maybe next year I'll do the arena. But the VG finals. And then I don't even think I did any side events, because I had like heard somebody say, "Oh, the side events are already full" on like Friday morning. And then like Saturday afternoon, somebody was like, "Oh, I just registered for this side event." I was like, "What?" I should have just checked Friday morning when I heard somebody say that the side events were all full, but I don't know why I just heard that in passing and was like, "Oh, great, now we can't do any side events." That changes our whole weekend. But anyway, I just watched the VG finals.
But you were busy at Worlds. You were
you
were giving stuff out to people.
Great segue. What were you doing? This is why we called you, actually.
I had a dusty old Windows Surface tablet, a program I wrote, held together with duct tape, hope, and a dream. And I was giving out some Generation 2 Pokemon Center New York Pokemon from the Gotta Catch 'em All station.
Why?
Had that hooked up.
Why did you do that?
Why?
We're talking mystery gift, folks. We made it to the plot.
I didn't expect the why. I don't think I've ever been asked that with this project, so that kind of
there's no
stopped me in my tracks
like
here.
5-year-old child who's like, why? Like you gotta be like, it's just Pokemon. You gotta be ready for that. Like that's
yeah. No, like I don't even have like a great attachment to Pokemon Center New York or any kind of like background that would be like fuel or motivation for this project or anything, which is kind of a good thing for this episode here, because any motivation is just, I think mystery gift is cool and receiving Pokemon is cool, and so that'll be cool to talk about.
You wanted to like provide that for other people, I assume?
Yeah. So the initial idea was to create some sort of homebrew software to interact with a Game Boy cart in some way. I had the loose idea of an N64 flash cart or something that would interact with the transfer pack. Had a prototype of that, which that's a whole other conversation. But I thought about GameCube with the Game Boy to GameCube cable that I forget the official name of. That would also double as Wii homebrew, 3DS with Virtual Console, though I do believe that exists. But anyway, ultimately, I wanted to just create something that was like interactive with folks. I think a big part of why the Gotta Catch 'em All station was special, well, just PCNY in general, but specifically the distributions, it was this massive display that like, it all came down to just this little cartridge slot that you popped your cart in and it interacted with the GameCube and everything. But to one, like travel to Pokemon Center in New York, which I imagine many people did, and interact with this, you know, like I said, this big display and see Pokemon in 3D, which was like new and special at the time on this portrait display. It's like that is the gift. And I don't even know where I was originally going with this. I just kind of got excited about PCNY, but I basically just wanted to kind of on a very small scale recreate that feeling of something that was interactive. And I had the loose idea of maybe doing it in person, and then I'd go back and forth and no, I don't think I can pull that off and whatever. And it was my good pal Goji Gaming, my good pal Goji, who I was on the search for the next project, and he had pitched the in-person distribution, and then that kind of got me thinking, like, okay, maybe I could revisit this project idea and like actually figure out how to make it come to life. And that was it. That was how I got there. It was really all about creating some type of memorable experience, I guess, because the thing with Mystery Gift to me is like the what you get is really not that interesting. And like there are certain events, obviously, like limited time events, like if you're like BDSP as the most recent example, with like Shaman and Darkrai, like those are just limited time. I forget how they were distributed. Were they codes, or was that just like through the online system in the game? I don't remember.
Those were just online for a limited time. They maintained that faithful aspect of the originals, unfortunately,
as they did with everything else with this faithful remake. But yeah, I don't think that's really special, just because not because it's, I don't know, I don't want to like knock online distributions entirely, because I think that there's a lot of pros. There are a lot of pros with online distributions, but I feel like the more memorable distributions are the ones you would have to go to a Toys R Us for, or I don't know, like in this example, go to Worlds for, and like either receive a little slip for a Toad School or a Hydro Pump Dratini from some homebrew software in the corner of a side events table on an old Windows tablet. Like, you know, I don't know. It's stuff like that I think makes Mystery Gift special. That's a lot of words.
No, you're good. I think you're onto something for sure. So you very recently just put out a video documenting some of your interactions of you doing the event with a handful of other YouTubers. And so how did they receive it? And even anyone that like wasn't in your video, because I think in your video you had mentioned that there was like a line at one point of folks like hoping to do the event, right?
Yeah, there was.
Oh, you had a line?
Yeah, I think I used the word queue because I didn't want to make it seem like there were people like, you know, single file line order, but like we were. The first one was in like the I don't know, venue, center, or hall, whatever you'd want to call it. There were like it was like Anaheim Fresh or something, where they'd have like food or whatever, and there were tables. So I would tweet out like, "Hey, I'm at Anaheim Fresh in Hall A," and people would show up, and like I would be like explaining the distro with one person, and then the corner of my eye I see somebody like walk over and kind of like look around, and I see a cart in their hand, and I'm like. I like flag them down, and they would, you know, just sit around at a nearby table and wait. And it was, the queue was wild, but,
wow, you had a queue. So fancy.
Yeah. It was Like
it's really cool.
Yeah, it's weird. It's so weird and like special and cool. And I'm like so grateful that I don't know, grateful that other libraries exists that I could use to make it not fail like it did at NAIC. But also that people were brought carts for it. Like what? That's wild. But yeah, there were cues, and then you had another question. Or I think.
Yeah, just I was wondering like how it was generally received from anyone who did the event with you.
Oh yeah, that's what it was. Yeah, sorry. So it was
like you said that you were grateful, but like they were there with their cartridge to experience your event. So like, did anyone say anything to you? Like, you know, were they grateful?
Yeah, no, like I'm like struggling to like they did. So yes, to answer that, yes, they did. I'm like struggling to put into words. Like I say I'm grateful because one thing I didn't put in the video was the first distribution I did, and I didn't exclude this from the video for any reason. I didn't get good footage of it. But the first distribution I did popped up with an error that hadn't come up during testing, and I was like freaking out and was like, what's going on? I've never had this error come up. It just couldn't read the contacts read the cartridge through like the contacts or whatever. So we just took it out. My friend Vex Collects, he will be very mad at me for saying this, but I took the cartridge out, I blew on it, and I put it back in, and then it worked.
What's wrong with blowing on it?
It's a whole thing. There was some tension at Worlds over it.
Oh my god! Just blow on the cartridge, okay?
We really got into it. No, but yeah. Anyway, so to go through that and like first distribution, first world, big event, whatever, and I'm freaking out, and like the whole time this machine is like giving me this error, and like the person who had brought their cart and everything, but the whole time they were just super like supportive and there, and they're like, oh yeah, like that's cool, and whatever, you'll figure it out, like you got this, and like what it was just all that to say, it seems to be received very well in a way that I can't process. Sure. There was another instance where a virtual console save got corrupted. There was a backup, thankfully, but unfortunately, I hadn't tested with Virtual Console, and I didn't think to ask if the cart save was originally a Virtual Console save.
Oh, interesting. They had a Virtual Console save that they transferred onto a cartridge.
Onto a cart, yeah.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah, and the response from, I believe it was Joji, their response was just like big smile on their face and just like, oh yeah, I mean, like that's no big deal, and whatever, we'll figure it out. Got a backup and everything, and it's just wild that like, so those are the only hiccups. But I think, but like the actual distributions went super well, and I was thankful. They were thankful. It was a whole thing. But just to illustrate like how pleasant of an experience it was on my end, hopefully on their end, seemingly on their end, like hiccups came up and happened, and everyone was just like, oh, they'll figure it out, no big deal, like that's cool, I'm just happy to be here kind of vibe, you know?
Yeah, I got that sense that everyone that did your event was genuinely just like happy to like have the experience, receive the guy. But I think like you said earlier, the actual Pokemon that they got from it was secondary to the experience itself. And
the amount of Magikarps I gave out, who wants a Magikarp? But like tapping on a screen and seeing Oak talk to you and have callbacks to his original speech, and I think that was really my focus on
this is epic.
Like I wanted to make it interactive in a way that was like there was feedback involved with getting the actual distribution. And also sorry to everybody who got a Magikarp. That is my public apology. It's a cool Magikarp. I think so.
What does it know? Because each of them had like a special move, right?
Yeah, it has, I believe, Dragon Rage.
That's sick.
Level 15. Yeah, it's cool.
As a Magikarp, that's awesome.
Level awesome. 15 Magikarp from a limited distribution to some university students in Japan during the Gen 1 days.
Whoa.
That's sick, but also next to a shiny Mew in Celebi, maybe not so sick. I don't know. Who knows? Who's to say? Not me. I like it.
Equally sick.
Yeah, for sure.
So, mystery gift, like from the beginning. All right, it was introduced in Gen 2. Is there mystery gift in Gen 1?
Yeah.
No.
2. So
yeah, Gen 2. First time that they're like that. Mystery gift is a thing in the series. Why do you think Game Freak like decided to implement it in the first place? What do you think the thought process was?
I mean, it was, I gotta I guess broaching your question, I have to appreciate, I mean, this is Gen 2, so like what, like 90 what? 99?
99, 2000.
2000? Like, I first, like, just at a base level, have to appreciate how ambitious this was as an idea. And I know that they were like, there was like light experimentation with it in Gen 1 with like that, like, I mean, I think it was only in Japan. Well, I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong about that. But like wonky stuff like mail in your red and blue cartridge and we'll trade a Mew to it and then mail it back. And like I just feel like there was something that they got and knew that it's like, oh, this is important. Like from frame one, if you will. But committed to it like in a time when this really wasn't that like logical. Like that is so silly to have a character in your game that requires a mail-in contest entry in area before, I mean, largely before wireless communications, like, I don't know, like common access to them, to finish the catching them all and the gotta catch them all game. Like, I still find myself floored like by how ambitious it was from the beginning, and it makes me think that they just had something so like to like, not only was it really important to them. I mean, I don't know, maybe I'm I guess surmising here, but like I think it was really important, and they were like, this is real, like this is like as like effectively going to cost an arm and a leg to like implement like the vision, but we're gonna go for it because this is important. And that really feels apparent, I guess. I feel so strongly that is the case just because of how it worked back then. And it is like, as like Celerva was saying, is these giant store kiosks and like going to Toys R Us and like meeting somebody and like seeing a video, like, and also just being there. I guess if you're mailing it in, it's not the same, but like the in-person stuff, it's just like, it's I guess it's like, I don't know, a fun way of dealing with a limitation, which I go back and forth on. It's weird that they like created their own limitation. It is like, I don't know, like Mew is the limitation, which I know that there's like, not to did you know gaming all over this podcast, but like all the weird stuff with like Mew's original existence. Like I know that wasn't like entirely the plan, but like, I don't know, I guess maybe in maybe like jump to Gen 2 or Gen 3, it's like they are purposefully creating this problem and then like being like in quotes obtuse about it in a way that is like designed to garner experience. So I don't know, I guess whimsy is my full answer. I was Capreo, I had a really great thought, I felt like earlier, you know, because and I'd love to hear yours, Celerva, you know, if you'd want to weigh in, but you don't have to. And I was being ridiculous the other night, asking about what our earth and desires are, and you said money.
I said money,
capital.
Yeah. I said cold hard cash.
your Earth and Desire, but I said novelty is my Earth and Desire. And I was thinking about it today, and I was like, wait, we just described Mystery Gift. Together, we have described why Mystery Gifts are good, because of novelty and capital. How beautiful is this? These are the two main ingredients in this recipe. I want these things intrinsically. There is something good about this. So so not only whimsy, but just like, I don't know, just like stuff. We like, I don't, it's like inherently generous. Like I do, sometimes it's like weird garbage, especially on Scarlet and Violet, now that there's like sandwich recipe ingredients like every couple of days. But I guess, you know, like Joe Saribi has a point when he says like, what are they doing to you? What are they doing to you when they give you stuff like that? Like, it's just free stuff. It's always just been free stuff.
Although, when it was a limited time thing, now if you go to play those older games, then you're just sort of locked out of some of this content, which is unfortunate, right?
Yeah. That was something I was attempting to put together when I was mentioning like BDSP and Shaman, and like it's Faithful Gen 4, you know, all the mythicals and everything like that. That is one downside of Mystery Gift that I guess it's maybe not an issue with Mystery Gift itself, and more just how Game Freak and or Pokemon Company, whoever, are using it, because I feel like it should be the focus should be the novelty and like the experience, and I feel like that was the original plan, I guess, the intent. They certainly wouldn't waste dev time and money to produce these big displays at stores and create a mail-in service. But when it's getting in the way of like when it's kind of like just gatekeeping content, I think that's kind of a flaw, I suppose.
I mean, for people to show up for in-person Mystery Gifts, they needed the prize, they needed the thing to be like valuable and worthwhile. And so making it like not available in the games at all means that like if you want Mew, you want Deoxys, whatever, like you better show up, you better get in line at Toys R Us or GameStop or whatever. So like at the time, it kind of creates this like fear of missing out. This, you know, this urgency or whatever. But like 20 years later, we are unfortunately, at least officially, depending on your, you know, your outlook, I guess, how you frame it. Officially, you're out of luck. Unofficially, we're chilling, right?
Unofficially, life's pretty good.
Unofficially,
but that's
fine.
off the record whimsy over here. I'm you know what? I mean, you know, somebody was just telling us that somebody in Caprio's stream was saying we weren't being like argumentative enough. So I'm going to go to bat against preservation on this one. I'm going to go to bat for urgency. And I think that that's good. Like, and I'm going to seriously fight against, I guess not directly against preservation, but like, I don't know what's wrong with a special day. Like, I think I feel like you were like ambling towards this, Solerba, of like it's not Mystery Gift's fault. Like a special day is the whole point of this, and it's really their own fault for like I don't or like it's some other working's fault that like Deoxys didn't get like some sort of failsafe like at the end of Gen 3 or something like, but I don't know how you balance a special day against that, because like one of the I can only remember a couple of them, but like Mew Toys R Us Day, like I was like just like pissing my pants excited. I was 9. It was awesome. It was awesome. It was like I can't describe to you like the joy that was like surrounding that event. My friend Paul got to go, and I was so jealous of Paul, but like it was a special day, and Mew came and went in that generation. And I don't know, I do like I guess I wonder, or I like there's like a personal scale going on within me of like was that worth it? Was it worth it that Mew never came back? That like a bunch of kids got to have like, I don't know, at least maybe some of them, a bunch. Let's say I'm just gonna say a bunch of kids. A bunch of kids got to have like I don't know, a Pokemon birthday essentially. Mm-hmm. Like that's how these things felt. It's like the same thing with I think I don't know why this one affected me so greatly, but it was a shiny Deoxys, and it was a wireless distribution from GameStop, and I was like, I don't know, they just don't do they just didn't really do Deoxys, but like I don't know, like immeasurable joy was created on that day. I had a yellow Deoxys defense, and I used it for everything. It was my favorite thing, and I guess I should say this specifically, and this is like my counter argument. I guess it was like, especially as a child, this was fun because it was special. This was fun because I had a special toy that was like, whoa, like this is my secret special little man. Nobody else can have him. If you think you can, you're lying or you're cheating. And like, yeah, I'm me, and this is awesome. Like, I don't know. It obviously, like, I don't know. In reality, I guess like preservation is the Lord, I fear. But I guess we could have both. We just could have both. But it's like there's something so special when it feels special, and like if you know that it's like oh, like eventually they're gonna like jailbreak it essentially. Then like I don't know, I could just wait, and this is kind of how I feel about like I guess like the we don't have to talk about this yet because it's like later in the timeline, but like I like go back and forth with this feeling about the way that they do distributions now, because like I pretty much always assume it's like I don't like, even though it's gonna take me like 15 seconds to get on Scarlet and Violet and do the mystery gift, they're probably just gonna do it again later, like, and Home is gonna do this thing again later. I know. I'm being head shaken at from the producers because now they do that with shinies. The shiny locks are out to get me. They probably won't do those again. But like I don't know, something like I don't know, just like a Genesect. Like I still like might not get on my Switch because I'm like, they'll probably do it again. Like or like somebody will give it to me. I don't know.
You don't feel like there's an urgency anymore?
I don't know. Yes and no. I guess I do. I feel like very both ways about this. Like I guess I'm just so normally like so heavy on preservation. I love the preservation projects. I've been many of these preservation because I don't know. That's like I know that it's beautiful and you had a lot of fun, but it's like I do like you like showed this off your PCNY distribution thing. Solerba, and I'm like I do think of it as like preservation, like it's like I'm like this is good because of preservation and fun, like but preservation is like in the title of that.
It would not exist without like all the preservation done, all the archiving and everything. There are a few Pokemon missing, I do believe, and I feel like now would be a good opportunity to name them, but I forget them. So I will
lost media.
Maybe no, but there like I wish I came prepared with that. But there are a few because they would do like weekly promotions or whatever, and there are some that are missing. I don't want to butcher it, but anyway, yeah, like that would not exist without preservation of PCNY stuff. Existing in the first place. But the event, the mystery gift has to be special. I think there are ways around it. I don't know that making the only way to get Mew was a weekend at a Toys R Us randomly. I don't know. I don't remember all the details for all the events, but just making some stuff up here.
It was a weekend at the Toys R Us. It was awesome.
Okay, sick. I don't know that making that the only way you could get Mew was like...
I feel like even worse, it was like 5 hours on a Friday. Like, I specifically, I've researched this event extensively. It was from like 1 to 6 on a specific day, and some Toys R Us's didn't even get everybody who was in line a Mew because of the archaic system that they used to give the Mews out. But
that's rough.
I feel like all of that is to your point. Like it was like the Mew stuff is everywhere. There's Mew billboards and banners hanging up, and like worst case scenario, you could have gone and not gotten one. Like it has been. They have the ball has been dropped on occasion.
Because I guess I'm just thinking about, like, for example, it's actually a really bad example, but Wishmaker Jirachi. If that was that's a repeatable way to get an event, and we could have a whole conversation about if that's special or not, but it's a bad example because it actually was limited to time. But say that was a fully repeatable way to get a Jirachi accessible at any time. You get it whenever you want.
Why was it? I thought it was free. Well, you just have to have the thingy.
You have to pre-order Coliseum to get the bonus disc.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
But now you just need to have $200 or something.
Yeah. They could still do. They could have still done, I should say, Jirachi events where, obviously the go-to is like, oh, but this one's shiny, or they could have done like quote unquote illegal moves or like berries you couldn't normally get or something. Like there are ways to make some limited time event feel special for something that's otherwise renewable. Like I'm thinking of this Toadstool right here from Worlds. It's got a Worlds Met location and a Worlds OT, and it's holding black glasses because the promo art had him in sunglasses.
Very cool.
Like that's
very cool.
Anybody can catch a Toadstool.
Roller skating.
Yeah,
awesome.
Yeah. Like anybody can catch a Toadstool, but providing this little card and flowering up all the data in this Pokemon's data structure or whatever, like that's paired obviously with the big event, like that's what makes that special. So I think preservation and novelty can coexist.
I think the thing that I like about the Wishmaker Jirachi or the channel Jirachi is that yes, they were a limited time thing because you had to pre-order them or you had to, I don't know, I guess buy a channel or whatever at the time, right? But we could still get our hands on that physical media today and then have access to the Jirachi officially.
That's a great point. Yeah, I didn't even think to mention that's physical media. Like you can get that at any point.
Like I have Wishmaker Jirachi. I got it, I don't know, maybe a decade ago or something, but like a friend of mine like had the disc and let me use it to get a couple Jirachi, which was awesome. And it is a shame that like that method wasn't available for a handful of the other mythicals like Mew, Deoxys. Celebi being region specific, like you can still get a Celebi today, but with some extra restrictions. Yeah. But I mean, that is also the case for people in the East, I guess, is like they would have to get like an English Coliseum bonus disc for Wishmaker Jirachi or a European channel for that Jirachi. Like there's all these like stipulations or like weird qualifiers with mythicals, whether they're time limited or even like still accessible today. It's like they're still accessible, but like with an asterisk, whether that's like sums like you could pay an exorbitant amount of money to get whatever you need to get. Yeah, all of that to say, like at least with the Wishmaker Jirachi, it is still accessible today officially, but that's only if you like give a shit about getting something officially, you know what I mean? Like I mentioned unofficial ways earlier, and even for like Wi-Fi distributions that were for Gen 4, Gen 5, like the DNS exploit exists for folks who can get like a whole bunch of really cool mystery gift Pokemon all at once, just, in an afternoon doing that. So I don't know. I think nowadays, like however you can get your hands on the thing, you should do it, because it is just content that you're missing out on otherwise.
I agree.
Even if it isn't like, I don't know, an official in-person thing. But when it is an official in-person thing, that's what makes like your event Celeribus so special, is like the effort that you put in and the, you know, the interactivity of it, the experience of it does make it special. Like the DNS exploit, doing that for like my Gen 4, Gen 5 games, like that's pretty transactional, you know. I'm just kind of like doing it to get the guys to have them. And then I have them, and that's neat, but you know, that's not memorable.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. Not to just repeat what I was saying earlier, to like beat this point to death, but like, yeah, that was really the whole thing is like, and I'm mentioning this again because I've specifically been asked like, what's the point of this?
Yeah, why?
Why
did they do that?
Well, the data has been archived. It's been archived. It's been recreated. Blue Moon Falls. They have their own version of the tool.
We love Blue Moon Falls around here.
Blue Moon Falls is amazing. Huge inspiration for this project. It all started, if I can just go on a little tangent side
Please.
note here, whatever.
We always do. Please.
I had been speaking with I think they had a recent username change, but the artist formerly known as PikaVs. I was speaking with her a bit about Blue Moon Falls and the PCNY project, and actually with a friend drove like, I think it was like 8 hours to like a little con that they were at, and was traded PCNY Pokemon from her Game Boy that, you know, she had generated, received via distribution from her tool. And so like I have Morning Sun Nidoran, I believe, and which was part of the Safari Week promotion, and a shiny Raikou on my main crystal save. And like the tool came out a week or two after meeting PikaVs and everything. Like I could have waited to use the tool or just downloaded some files from Project Pokemon and like put them on my save, but there was something like special about like literally driving 8 hours to one, meet a really cool person. Like she's great. Blue Moon Falls is great. Just love it all. There's just like something special about that. And yeah, I kind of lost where I was going with that. But yeah, the question I get is a lot of like, why go through all this effort? Like this stuff already exists. But it was that drive, that 8 hour drive for like a less than an hour meetup and chat and everything was that was what like made it clear to me that like it really is just about the experience and everything.
I did something similar when I was in high school. I think Pokemon, they were doing their 20th anniversary mythical distributions, and like every month was like a new you had to get a code card from like a GameStop or in Canada and EB Games at the time. I didn't have one in my hometown, but there's one I think 3 hours away from us. And so me and two friends, and the two of them do not play Pokemon, but they just were like, for this weekend, I was like, do you guys want to go on this trip so I can get a couple of codes? And do you both mind taking one for me so I can get 3? And they were like, yeah, no problem. So we went for this drive and had a great time. And went and got the codes, I think, and it was only like for one code for one of the months, right? Like I think we only got, I want to say Arceus. I think it was a pretty big one, and it was just fun. But like that experience is for me very memorable, and I couldn't tell you where that Arceus ended up. It's probably in my Pokemon home somewhere, but I do very fondly remember like that drive, that weekend. It was great. And so, yeah, that absolutely, I think like is a boon for the in-person events. And it's interesting that like, even with the Wi-Fi distributions being introduced in Gen 4, they did still keep doing the in-person events or the in-person distributions with the code cards or whatever. And I mean, some of it was just to get you in the door of a brick and mortar game store, again, Toys R Us, GameStop, whatever, and marketability, all that stuff. But like, there's something to be said about like, even though it was easier for them and for you, the player, to receive, it made it more like accessible to receive these Pokemon. There was still something to be said for like them continuing to do the in-person distributions. As recently as your World's Toad School. Like they're still doing it to a much lesser extent, unfortunately, because the Wi-Fi distributions for Scarlet and Violet are pretty frequent, to say the least.
They love them. They love them on Scarlet and Violet.
They love to give out a handful of cucumbers for your sandwich.
Mm-hmm. It's pretty awesome. Yeah. It's pretty cool. They have a good one right now. Thanks folks for doing the raids. So I didn't have to do any of them, so I get shiny Wo-Chien. Thank you so much. I love profiteering. I love the cards. I gotta jump on the cards. Mm-hmm. Like I got all my cards while you showed the Toad School card, and I was like, do I have all my cards? And I went and found all my cards, and these are just like, I don't know. It's not gonna be like, I'm not gonna like try and spin some tale like these are my favorite things that I own or anything. Like they're thinner than Pokemon cards. They're barely even pamphlets. You got like a picture of Diancie and it says get Diancie on this date, and there's not really like anything beyond just like the key art of Diancie. Mm-hmm. I don't know, but it's nice. I think it plays into that memory that you were describing, because I have the one, instead of Arceus, like you were talking about, I have the one for Mew from the same thing. Mm-hmm. And this was not a huge event, or for me. Like I didn't have to go on a drive. My mom took me to a GameStop. I think I was maybe a junior in high school. So it was either a GameStop or a Target, and we just ran in really quick and we left. But I remember it very vividly, actually, which is like the point of this story. It was so mundane. And I don't know, I love this card. I love this little piece of cardboard that I have now.
Mm-hmm. And its use is like long gone, but...
Oh yeah. Use, it doesn't do anything anymore. It's really the only thing. It has very detailed instructions on how to get the Pokemon. Mm-hmm. And I guess this one is funny because it has like their moveset on the front, and because it's Mew and they didn't do anything to it, the only move that it has is Pound, even though it is level 100. Which is cool.
That's awesome.
I don't know, it's still just it's a good memory, and it's like a good token. I think that like, I don't know, if there's a thing that Pokemon is good at specifically, and I don't know, I guess I have like a more general question that I know that I know the answer, or I have my own answer for, but I think is like worth saying, like I don't know, this is like the difference, because I said like at the very beginning, it's like I don't know, like the concept of mystery gift is not like a proper noun, but like Pokemon's is a proper noun. Other games do this. There's, I don't know, like, I mean, it's a pretty good feeling. Like the like one that immediately comes to mind is like every so often Fortnite will give out something like for free, and it's like actually substantive. Like I got a little, think like a Tonka truck-ish emote, and that was cool. That was fun. But I don't know. It's not this. Like, it's not. I mean, I guess it kind of is. It kind of is, but like, I don't know. Mystery Gift is. There's so much work being done where it's like I don't like Pokemon did not like. This is not their thing, or they didn't come up with it, but it really feels like it's their thing because of just all the work being done. And it doesn't, I don't feel anything when other games do it. Like a lot of the time I actually feel like a little vitriolic, like especially like let's shit on Fortnite here for a second. Like I'm like, yeah, give me some like give me something for free. You freaking leeches who make me angry all the time. Like thanks for the shitty little emote. Finally, like you're so welcome for playing your game all the time. It doesn't. I feel like I have some issues to sort out with video games, but it doesn't. I don't know. It feels like soft and gentle when Pokemon does it. And I know it's like they're just like giving out free stuff, but like I don't know. Like if this could like even online, like even now, there's like a little present that pops up, and they usually post about it. They make it exciting. I think the feeling of being taken to the mall by your mom is like properly immortalized, and like I kind of can't get over it. It's really, really special. Even when it's just 50 cucumbers, like I don't know, they're not gonna like promote that really, really hard, but it's still gonna like show you the little pop-up present. And I don't know, they might make like howdy trainers, make sure to log in to Scarlet and Violet this weekend. And I don't know, I'm like the difference, the mystery gift difference, that feels very important to me.
I'm glad you mentioned the present, because I think it like just something so simple as kind of tucked away is a button in an online menu that brings you into something so simple as a gift model opening up with some flashy particle effects, which Game Freak are so good at. Genuinely,
truly,
their effects are crazy. Anyway, with sound effects and a song, I think that whole presentation just really goes to show, like, I think any kind of like basically what you're saying, Droomish. I think you're right on with the softness and like the novelty and how special the actual mystery gift is compared to like other distributions with other probably online games. And I think given that presentation, I think that's something they're definitely aware of and like intentional.
Yeah.
With and everything.
I don't want to just say that it's special. Like it's like and this is I don't know, maybe weird to say. It's like it's kind. Like I feel like kind is the best word, that because it is a present, but it's not like I feel like Caprio used a good word, transactional, earlier, and there's like some lengths taken to avoid transactionality. I mean, some lengths taken. It's especially nice when they give you a card or there's like a shiny or something, and it's like they're like they I guess kind of yes and you of. I don't know, because I believe I was being like cynical about it last time about Wo Chien, but like I like saw their posts and I was like on Scarlet and Violet and they're like seeing the raids and stuff, and like I don't know, like giving a shit, I guess, is kind of contagious. Like it certainly helps that it feels like they're excited. I don't know, as I'm like a Disney adult or something, but just like like I don't know, it's not being just like I don't know, like here's $20, go get some lunch type of thing. Like, or I don't know, I feel it's kind. I can't. I think that's as like deep in the funnel as it gets for me. Like mystery gift feels kind even now. I feel taken care of and like sweet when they do it, and especially when there's like big bells and whistles attached to the thing itself. And for me, a shiny legendary meets that criteria of like, I know there's a lot of nonsense attached to that, but like they play it up at least. They don't pretend like it's nothing. So I feel the sweetness, I suppose.
You say nonsense. Does that mean you don't want to turn this into a long episode about the ethics of shiny locking?
I mean, okay. Well,
I mean, kind of.
It's really important to me, and not as important to them. It would seem. This one is summed up in an easy point, and I'm not going to go on a crazy tangent about it. But when you make a game and you release that game into the wild, at least in the proper law of games, I'm looking at you sinners who make live service games. You have released that game, and that game no longer belongs to you. The people who play that game, it now belongs to them. When you do that, you do not get to police the community's behavior. You do not get to police the community's interaction with the game. That is the beauty, actually, of creating a game, is you are releasing it. You're setting your love free, and you're seeing how people interact with your creation. You do not get to come back and say, actually, that way that you're soft resetting at the beginning of the game, that's wrong. That's actually bad interaction. That game that you bought is not being played correctly. I think it is beautiful when people allow their creations to be experienced and felt.
Mm-hmm. Well put.
I expected the opposite, which is why I kind of made that little joke, just with the way you were describing it. But I'm with you. I'm with you.
It's fun to get a shiny legendary as a present, but also please let me play the game however I want. Let everyone play the game however I want.
Yeah, no, I totally agree.
They've kind of been like gamifying distributions just in the last couple of generations, where it hasn't been just like a straight up and down gift. Like we have had to do something or interact with something in some capacity in order to receive it. So most recently is the Shiny Treasures of Ruin in Scarlet and Violet, where as a community, we have to beat them 1,000,000 times. And if we hit that number, then it is released as a mystery gift for everyone, regardless of whether or not they participate in the raid or not. But some amount of participation does need to happen in order for everyone to receive it. This was also the case with like Shiny Zeraora in Sword and Shield, but more like specific to the individual, the distributions for the Shiny Galarian birds, Articuno, Zapdos, and Moltres in Sword and Shield, you had to sign up and participate in an online competition. Like you had to play a game, at least one game online against somebody else in order to then receive the guy. So like, what do you think of like, are these extra hoops like appreciated to I don't know, like these are extra steps, but like, are they good or are they just getting in the way?
I'm gonna throw another curveball at you. I think it's the coolest shit they've ever done. I think it's really like, I think it's good. I know you might be expecting me to hate this, but I actually love it. Like I appreciate the change in perspective in like a new online world, because I don't know, you can't, I guess they could, but we can't do like PCNY Mew anymore. Like, or like, I don't know, whatever for that stuff. Like, I don't know, like a Mew in the Toys R Us. It's probably not feasible, like logically, but this is still like, in like the colloquial, it's an event. This is an event. The Zeraora one, I don't know why that one got me so excited, but it was just like everybody's fighting Zeraora. It's awesome. Everybody's like, I think Pokemon shines the most, and so there's like some real intersection here, and why I think the best time to play a Pokemon game, the most fun, maybe in life, even beyond Pokemon, the most fun you can possibly have is play Pokemon and go on Twitch or YouTube the week that a game comes out, when everyone is playing it and learning about it and losing their minds and like just like crying and screaming about it. Like, when everyone is doing it, it is the most fun that you can have. Like, I cannot reiterate that enough. And so even if these things are like silly, I mean, it is like, I don't know, it's maybe silly is too pejorative when I just mean like novel or like absurd kind of like, oh, to get shiny Zeraora, we gotta fight it 1,000,000 times. I guess Zeraora is just weird like that or something, but like I don't know, like it feels very what's the word? Like I don't know, just like I don't know, just live a little. Like yeah, we're doing Zora raids and everybody's doing them, and I can let myself have fun. I will. At a certain point, it is possible for me to let myself have fun and just say, I'm gonna have fun now. I'm gonna stop being an angry shithead and just enjoy. Like, and how fun is this? Everybody's having fun. It's contagious. I think these are great. I think it's. I think maybe it's an experiment that isn't done yet. Like, I guess I'd like to see more, but I really have nothing negative to say. I can't come up with a bad thing. Prove me wrong, please, both of you.
I don't. Well, I'm on board with you. I appreciate that they have gamified these distributions again, because they were initially like there. Okay, so there was like the Toys R Us Mew, and that was just like a Mew that was traded to you. But Mew also has an entire island dedicated to it in Emerald, and you have to go there, and you have to. There's kind of a puzzle like related to like encountering it. Same thing with Deoxys. It was like something that you got to do in your game, and like it wasn't just like here's the guy. It was like here's more game that you get to play, and then the guy at the end is the prize. But that to me was like when Mystery Gift was at its best, and part of I think why like the Wi-Fi distributions, especially over the years, have been just so lackluster, is because it is just like here's Volcanion, here's Marshadow, whatever, you know. But like there's no new place in the game for you to go to, for you to find Volcanion, Marshadow, whatever. And so yeah, I think with the Shiny Treasures of Ruin, I think they've struck a good happy medium where there is an urgency. Some amount of people are going to interact with this, but if you don't, enough people will that like you can still get the thing if you miss doing the fight. You know what I mean? I like, you know, I like that they're doing these, and they're fun Terra raids. I don't know. I know we've kind of talked about Terra raids and whether or not they're good, but for the most part,
Terra raids will go down in infamy as one of the most frustrating experiences you can possibly have. But at the end of the day, they are moderately fun.
But since enough people are doing them, you can still reap the reward of getting the cool shiny guy.
It's true. I was thinking that last night I was doing the Tinglu raids, and I almost lost one, and I was like, fist is clenched. Like nothing crazy is gonna happen. I'm not a wall puncher. Like God no, but like I don't know. Like my fist is ready to come down gently on my bed in a slight display of frustration. And I did have the thought. I was like, well, I mean, I am gonna get a Tinglu. Like I was like, okay, at least I get Tinglu. Like I'm probably gonna get Tinglu. It was calibrating. Like what you just said was like legitimately calibrating from being angry. Angry. I'm gonna get a Tinglu. It's fine. It's fine. I'm gonna get a Tinglu.
Yeah.
I think I feel the same about these recent events, kind of as I do with our conversation earlier about preservation and everything. It's fun that it's limited and engaging, and I don't know, I don't want to overuse this word, but special. It's interactive, etc. But not to go fully down the shiny luck path, but it does kind of stink that this is the only way we can get these shiny legendaries.
First they want legendaries, now they want shiny legendaries. Pokemon players will never be satisfied.
But also, like, the fact that you can't get them any other way makes this all the more intriguing. Is like, this is the way to get shiny Wo-Chen, or I think that was the first one they did. And it's kind of capturing that sense of like community that Pokemon brings with like I don't know. My mind is going to 2016 Pokemon Go, and like everyone's at a park and somebody yells off in the distance, "There's a Dragonite here," and just a horde of people run down the park with their phones in their hand.
Apparently it's just still like happening. It's cool. Like
Pokemon Go never left. But
like I heard a story like that about Eternatus just 3 days ago. I to your point, like that magic is still happening, which is so cool.
And I love it. Yeah. Very wild that nearly a decade it's still going on. But I think there's something there. Pokemon knows it. Game Freak know it. And I'm a fan. I just wish it wasn't the only way. And like, I don't know, why is the only way I can get shiny Zamazenta in Pokemon Go now? I don't know. It would have been cool if like Scarlet and Violet released and they released some kind of way to get them in Sword and Shield. Is, I don't know, they did like the Gigantamax raids during like they didn't shut down the servers, but like as a farewell to Sword and Shield, they like changed all the wild area raids to be the Gigantamax forms. I don't know, add a little chance for the legendary, maybe something. I don't know. Maybe that's a dumb idea, but I'm just spitballing. Would have been cool for another way, but all that to say, I'm a fan of them mostly.
Mm-hmm. At the end of Sword and Shield, they did have a mystery gift for shiny Zacian and Zamazenta, but yeah, like they have systems in place in the game where like as a final send off, as like a final update for this game, like, hey, these Pokemon are no longer shiny locked. Like now that like the like time of these games kind of being like live service, like treated in this amount of time, like 3 years, whatever. Like now that time is over and they've moved on to Scarlet and Violet, in the I don't know, in the postmortem of Sword and Shield, now shiny Zamazenta and Zacian are no longer shiny locked. Wouldn't that would be, I think, like they could still have they could have their cake, and then after the games are like done being updated or whatever, then we could eat it too. You know what I mean?
And just to stress that I joked about it. I don't mean it to be whining about shiny locks. Like that could apply to literally any other legendary or mythical or anything like that. Anything that's a limited time big event or anything like that. Like, I don't know.
Yeah.
All right, you kind of talked me into. I don't like it as much anymore. I was convinced by both of you. Because I miss it should always be new place that you get to go, new location. I think that should just always be the case.
Well, as much as I miss that, at least now they're doing something, right? Like now is better than like during Gen 5, 6, 7, you know?
Yeah, because that's the other thing that is, I guess, the strangest, and I mean this is ultimately it's a symptom of mystery gift. It's the mystery gift isn't the only thing at fault, but like, you made me recall this. Like, there's like 4, 5, I don't know. There's a small handful of mythicals, and they're mythicals, so they're supposed to be awesome and super cool, and they have like lore about them in the Pokédex, and like the arbitrary trappings that like they insisted on doing to do like, oh, we have to make a Pokemon that's distribution only, means that we have like characters, and all the Pokemon are characters. It's kind of the beauty of Pokemon. You get like the characters is the gameplay loop, is the like the asset that you get to play with. Like it's the characters. It's all about the characters. We have nameless, faceless characters that are supposed to be gods, yet they are nothing. And like, I don't think that Zeraora was fixed by having a special raid event in Sword and Shield. Like, Zeraora doesn't have an origin. Zeraora doesn't have a background. Zeraora doesn't have a story. It needs those things because it is a character. And this isn't, so they're fixing it, but there's like I don't know, some of this stuff is never fixed. Like, Volcanion was kind of trapped by X and Y's issues, I guess. But like, I don't really think there's an excuse for the way that like Marshadow, Zeraora. There's no excuse for the way that Marshadow and Zeraora exist. Maybe Zarude is in there too. Like, it's
Zarude was a weird one.
It's a really weird quota to have because like I feel bad. It's like, I don't know. It's like I don't know. Like I see like a person that has a soul. These are characters, and they're like, I don't know, like being kept in a box or something. Like, or I like. It is such a surreal feeling. I know I'm talking about like the damn like cartoon Pokemon right now, but like there is like a certain horror to me in the existence of Volcanion, Marshadow, Zeraora, and Zarude specifically, and that they both like they exist and are described as special, but they are never special. And like, I find a very odd and unfortunate existential dread in those characterizations, and like, it's not Mystery Gift's fault, but the Mystery Gift quota is why they are the way that they are. Because like I feel like Zarude especially is like we gotta have a mystery gift. We gotta hit the mystery gift for the gen. There's gonna be a movie for it as well. Movie's pretty cool. We're not gonna really get into it that much though. But
the movie tie-in mythicals, that is definitely an unfortunate formula that they landed on over the years.
And these like, so I like. I like that we're coming at this from such like wildly different angles, because I don't know, I do just, there's like, I don't know, it's like the thing in the Lord of the Rings, or like the two the I don't know, I shouldn't be using the reference if I don't know, but they're the dwarf and the elf, they're gonna fight together because they really care about this one thing, even though they kind of hate each other. I'm like that with Shiny Locks. I feel very passionately about player agency, and so I am like willing to die in the trenches with the shiny hunters. But the characterization and narrative is the most important thing to me, and Mystery Gift poses such an interesting question to Pokemon as a story, like. And it's perfect when Mystery Gift gives you, like, when the distribution is a story. Like, I think
is more content.
Yeah, like when it's like narrative content, I feel like it's kind of like everything in one. I mean, you know, argue about it with me, but like they will never. It seems like they will never top Heart Gold, Soul Silver, Celebi. Like that's hell yeah. Like just simply hell yeah. Like you get Celebi. Yeah. Celebi's cool, and then Celebi not only gives you a story sort of about Celebi, but then a story about the world through Celebi as a vehicle. This is beauty. This is grace. I want this to be every Mystery Gift. Honorable mentions.
And at a similar time, not long after, they did Victini.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh, that was good.
Yeah, and just it had its own island, had like battles there too. Like I feel like a lot of Mystery Gifts, when you did get to do a thing, that didn't include like battles against trainers or the evil team or whatever. It was mostly just like going to a new place to encounter the guy. But yeah, Victini and Celebi's a great shout. And yeah, I don't know. I don't know that we'll ever get that again, I fear.
So someone with a similar project to yours, Solerba, like, and I played them. I thought they were the best. They let me do, like, I guess, like, kind of demo them. Blissy's cards were, like, I thought that was kind of a miracle. The events that they created. Something I did on stream and did a video on, I guess a decently long time ago now, but just like essentially they made an event set, like just filling in those holes, and they put them on e-reader cards to like further the feeling, I guess. And like it's surreal, you know, it's not much. It's really, it's like at the end of the day, it really isn't much, but it's these like little, I think it's just these little story bows that like they kind of tie everything together in the end. And that's like why like the Toys R Us Mew really is such an odd and weird like piece of nonsense in an era where it was like it was so rich. It was so incredibly rich. And like with just not only this like, I don't know, like a special prize, but a deeper understanding of what was going on. And I think, like, I don't know. I guess I feel weirdly like taxonomically about this also because like again like I'm not like I guess I'm not exactly describing mystery gift here because I don't know why you just made me think of this, Caprio, but like I think the reason why I like Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon so much, and this is such a grain of sand, but the Ultra Beast portals where you get to go to their planets. Those are mystery gifts. Those are mystery gifts. You made me think of it with the Victini thing, fighting the Team Plasma.
Those are fantastic.
Yeah, like you get little stories from another world, from another place, and they're vignettes essentially. But they say so much. They tell you so much. And so I do think, and so like where the and so like I guess it's the shiny luck thing is frustrating, but when there's just shiny legendaries and it's like the legendary treasures, they got a decent story in game. I'm kind of looking forward to, like, if I don't know, I hope if like they're actually from the next region, like that would be, I don't know, the speculation has been flying with them. Something like the special like the Alola charm that you actually got an X and Y. That was like Tapu Koko's head, something like that. But it's like they have a story in game, and like the history teacher will tell you about them. So it's like I'm not missing out on that with the with these distributions. I'm facing a different frustration. But
that's a good point.
When like you're getting a character, and like that is special. Like I'm getting, I mean, I guess the most recent one was Zarude, but like I think that it like honestly like it fails as a concept because you're getting a character, and if that character does not have substance behind them, like it's like who are you, what are you even? And so the Zerora one that we're describing, I mean, that was, I think there was one Zerora, like for many people that was their first time getting Zerora, right? Like this was the way that you got Zerora. And it's cool, you get a shiny electric guy, and like Zerora subscribes to a certain design philosophy that may be popular with a certain type of player, and I may be that type of player. However, Zerora is still nothing. like as a character, Zerora is, who are you? And like I'm supposed to fight with you. There's a beauty of Pokemon. You get to make your own stories, but like
no, I fully get what you're saying.
I don't know you. I don't know who you are.
I was like, I have been at like the edge of my seat this whole time because we've been talking about Mystery Gift, and I've been so unsure if it's out of scope to discuss mystery events for Ruby and Sapphire, which is the feature obviously that interacts with the e-reader that you had mentioned, Droomish, that Blissey was has been doing great work with. Have just been so like ready to talk about mystery event.
Oh, please.
Totally unprepared with anything to actually say about it, other than I feel like it's obvious why it doesn't exist today. I mean, like years after the GBA and everything, years after e-reader had come out and everything, that was, at least I think, years. That was all reverse engineered, and like people are doing homebrew and all that for it now and everything. So like I get why storing code in a save file and having ways to inject data into a game is not a thing now. But I think that is a very cool mechanic that I think, I don't know, I kind of wish Game Freak did more with it around that time. I feel like that would have been a good, I'm just trying to, like, as I'm explaining this, trying to think of ways that they could have used it to kind of solve the problem of, like, that we were talking about earlier, where like, yeah, Mew's cool, going to Toys R Us for it, but like nobody else gets a Mew.
I mean, I feel like they solved the problem the one time. I don't know why they never did it again, but like, and it was, oh my god, it was so esoteric, but like, the Eon ticket is perfect. Like, that is the solution. The actual like physical Eon ticket like is like both a mystery, like it is a classical mystery gift. It is a piece of like physical memorabilia that you get to have forever, and it is both like in your game and not in your game at all times. I think it's fully perfect. And I guess since this is a relatively specific thing, it is issue 170 something of Nintendo Power. They gave you a physical Eon ticket. It's a boat ticket. You swipe it in the e-reader, send that to your Game Boy, and then you can go to the island that has Latios or Latios, depending on your version on it. And I don't know, it's kind of like it's like a take-home mystery gift. Kind of always works, and it feels good. Like, I still get like a special feeling when I go there and I read the signpost or I read the moon rock that is on the island. Yeah, they should have done like 15 of those, but like the one time as a proof of concept, it's like I feel like they sort of solved it. Like, it is exactly as you're saying. Like, let's just give them the mystery gift and it'll work the same way. And we have this interesting piece of hardware that can like read Pokemon cards essentially. Like, none of our trappings that we had before this matter anymore. I guess maybe it's just sucks that the e-reader didn't do well. Like, yeah, maybe that's the takeaway.
Yeah, no, I think you got it there. I, like, as I was trying to explain explain my thoughts about the e-reader and everything, I was like thinking about the cards they did make, and Eon Ticket came to mind. But even then, I was starting to think about the code and everything. So I'm glad you were able to chime in with
the storyteller at the end of the day.
Yeah.
I talk to coders.
But yeah, that's I didn't have much for a mystery event other than like you said, yeah, Eon Ticket was great use of that, and it was, proof of concept is a good way to describe it. I feel like, because there definitely could have been more done with that, but even then, just the one-off was fantastic.
So nowadays, what do you think the best way for someone that wants to interact with mystery gift, old school mystery gift, Gen 2, Gen 3 in particular, I think, what do you think the best way for a person to go about that is if they're looking for something like authentic?
That's tough, because everything authentic is so expensive. like for the distribution carts and everything.
But like, what's an alternative?
There's the okay, I see. Yeah, there's the DNS exploit that was mentioned earlier for Gen 4 and I believe Gen 5. I honestly don't know much about the DNS exploit. There are events like regionals and worlds, and there's NAIC and EUIC and everything, where amazing folks like
you
Vex collects. I was gonna say Vex. I mean, I also show up at a good amount of them, but anyway, Vex My buddy Fex shows up with to a few of them. Has shown up this past year to a few of them with some carts. There are the homebrew routes, which, well, I guess mine's not for a console, so I don't think it would count as homebrew. But anyway, there are things like that. There are homemade solutions for that. If folks are looking for like an in-person experience, there's always the Pokemon events, the regionals, the championships, and everything. But like for at home, I mean, I think DNS exploits and whatever unofficial method. I don't know if you want to drop names of software or anything like that, but whatever.
The Game Boy Operator is a great piece of hardware. It does not technically break any of the rules. It's really, really good. Yeah. You should get one and play with it. It's one of my favorite things that I have in my like arsenal. It just reads Gen 1 through 3 carts and can connect on your computer. It's that simple.
Lets you dump your saves so you can keep them safe on your computer. Okay, so Solerba, you had mentioned in your video that you are no longer supporting the software, right?
Unfortunately, yeah. I am happy to like, I don't know, like some folks will like DM me about have DM'd me about the project, specifically this distribution. And like I'm happy to like, I don't know, try and comment my code or answer any questions or anything like that.
Code?
But no, I never do. I write my code.
Wow.
At like 2 a.m. half asleep and try and get it done as soon as possible. And then like I'm doing now with this e-reader stuff, revisit it in a few months and learn it all again. Genuinely, this e-reader stuff, I'm like pulling the half-inch long hair out of my head because I did not document any of it. But anyway, yeah, I think to make it a tool for everybody to use at home, it would require a lot more work and time that I think I just don't have right now.
Totally. Yeah, I was going to ask like if anyone wanted to, could they download the but it's not like a packaged like.
I'll probably do so yes, it'll be fully open source. I don't know the license. I'm going to be honest. I just kind of open source my stuff and don't know anything about licenses. So I'm going to try and figure out what, because it uses a couple libraries under the hood, so to speak. So I got to see what licenses kind of work well with those libraries.
Okay.
If I can, it's a free for all. Take it, rename it, do whatever you want. I don't know. Maybe I'll change my mind on that. Who knows? But it will be fully open source. People can fork it and make their own changes, add different save methods, save dumping methods. Because right now it only uses an Inside Gadgets tool to read, and it uses like a Python program and everything. So if folks want to fork it and add support for a GB operator, they can absolutely do that. That'll all be, like I said, on my GitHub, open source and everything. And I'm hoping some folks are able to get it running at home. It shouldn't be too much. It's honestly the biggest thing is just getting the right hardware. It builds on different devices perfectly fine. Asterisk. It's only been tested on a few, but those few have been perfectly fine. So I'm really hoping that it won't be too tailored to my specific needs. I'll definitely be tweaking it in between Pokemon events because I hope to go to some more regionals and everything, and Worlds next year, and I'll bring that with me wherever. So I'll be tweaking it, but yeah, it'll come out as an archived repository on GitHub. So no issues, no pull requests, nothing. Just here's the code, fork it, do what you want, go crazy. or maybe I won't archive it and I'll just, I don't know. I'd like to archive it just so it's slapped right on it as this is not active, I'm not doing this. But if I continue to update it in between events, I'll probably likely release those updates as well. It's all just done with a big asterisk, is a big asterisk saying I'm not responsible for anything. This is my tool that I'm bringing to events, and hopefully if you really want it, you can get it going on your own. Last thing I'll say on this is, as far as interacting with Gen 2 cartridges and Gen 1, even though the tool itself right now doesn't interact with Gen 1, I put an error check in that. If you put a Gen 1 cart in this distro, it'll tell you, hey, only Gen 2, which I'm very happy about. That is not the end. I'm cooking up new ways, and I don't know why I'm being so secretive about it, because I literally just talked about it on stream like 2 days ago, but I'm in the lab. This is not the end of. This is not the end of save reading and writing, in Celerba's repository of tools and apps and games, etc., etc.
Awesome. Well, I like that you're still going to be taking it with you to in-person events.
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah. I think at the very least, it had it has calendar mode, which takes whatever was being, because like I mentioned earlier, they PCNY did like every few weeks or a month or so, they would rotate out which Pokemon would be distributed. And for Worlds, it happened to fall under whatever, August is a blur, I forget whatever it was, but August number in 2002 was Safari Week, so it had like Nidoran, Chansey, Dratini, and so it has the shuffle mode with like the cool mons, like the legendaries and the starters and everything that gets randomly picked, and then it had calendar mode. So at the very least, I'll be updating the calendar mode for whichever date an event that I attend falls on. And who knows, maybe I'll get the egg mode back up on there. Maybe I'll have Oak say some more stuff. Maybe Gen 3. I don't know. Let's get crazy.
The world's your shelter.
Okay.
Sorry.
I'm gonna start saying every pony, okay? And you can't stop me.
Okay. It's a Pokemon podcast. Sue me.
I'm really excited for that. I it was much smaller than Worlds, but I just went to a con a couple weeks ago. Talked about it last time, but they just had stuff set up like that. There's like Wishmaker Jirachi.
There was
wearing a Nurse Joy cosplay, and she gave me Jirachi, and I was like, "This is the best day of my life." Like,
that's so amazing.
I was
there were some other folks
like
doing things like that.
Yeah. So, just like I don't the in-person element, I don't think can be understated. It's so special to not just do it. I don't know. I mean, I mean, it's a podcast, so I should, but like, do I really have to explain this? Like, it's special when you're like, it's good when you're with other people. Well, I'm socializing. Mm-hmm. There's a chemical being activated in my brain, and it's good. And I'm playing Pokemon, and I'm also happy. Like, this stuff happening in person, and is it wireless? Or how does it? You just plug in.
Wired. Right? I use the similar to the GB operators and an Inside Gadgets device that interacts. Cool. That you pop your cart in. But yeah, I won't repeat the in-person point because I feel like I've done it a lot in this podcast. But I'll only do it because I've been literally, like I said, questioned on why I'm doing this. So I wanted to like really drive the point home. But on that like note, having like I learned programming to make games initially, like 10 years ago. Probably more than that. I don't even know. And I love game development and everything. So like coding something that's interactive just felt like a perfect fit for something that I wanted to be like in person and engaging. So like you're just sitting there and you're tapping a screen and you're reading some text that Oak is saying. It's all just to like try and get the absolute most out of maybe 15 seconds of getting a Pokemon. So like, yeah, you're going to an event and there are so many other, there are so many other like little distributions and people bring their event carts and everything, like I said, to regionals and stuff like that throughout these events. But yeah, there's something about trying to think of how can I get like, just, I don't I'm trying not to sound like a shareholder, like maximize engagement in these like 15 seconds, you know, like to the point where I thought about like, do I make like a whole mini game for this? But like, that's overkill and extreme and a lot of work and it's not overkill. Well, I think it might be like kind of not respecting people's time during an event like this, but it is a fun idea to think about.
What about, I don't know, anyway. Like how do you create a memory? I feel like that's what you're saying. Is that better than shareholder text? Because like that's what I always think. Like,
yeah, you're. I'm thinking engagement and interaction, etc. And you're. How do you create a memory? That's way better. I like that. Let's go with that. Let's talk about that more.
Because I don't know. This is. Like, I don't know, maybe in summation, I like getting Pokemon, especially when can't get it anywhere else. But I really remember this stuff every time it happens. I guess it homogenizes after a certain point of playing, but just like, I remember every time to a certain degree, and it really means the world that like you and Blissey and Fex and like everybody working on these projects, it's like I will remember. And that is because like you know what makes a memory. You know like there's really, well, I mean like you deserve it. Like really high praise on this, but it's like I don't know, like you get it maybe more than they do sometimes of like what makes this memorable, why I'm going to call back on this years from now and think like, oh, that was cool, that was an experience, that was just simply a good time. I don't know, it's so like secondary. I mean it's like borderline nothing in like the gameplay loop, but I cannot reiterate how important Mystery Gift is in Pokemon, in the way that they have implemented it, and the way that people have taken that and then recreated it in their own image to the experience that is Pokemon.
I feel like I should say something now.
I think it's pretty cool what you did, I'll say. Good job.
Shit. Yeah, thank you. Thank you. Yeah. It's been wild.
Speechless.
Yeah, quite literally. I mean, I'm like trying not to make a big thing out of it, but like every person I saw at Worlds and who stopped by or just anything really is, first of all, I would forget to give out these Lugia cards. So if I saw you at Worlds and I didn't give you a Lugia card, I'm so deeply sorry. But any person that would come around is just like, I don't think I've processed it. It was just thank yous over and over again from me. Probably more from me. Like you literally took time out of your likely busy schedule to show up and do this little distro thing and like I don't know, and then hearing stuff like that, I don't know, it's just weird. And not a bad weird, I mean good weird. I'm rambling now, but I don't know, it's I said I wasn't making a big thing, but
I mean, like and maybe this is crazy to say, like I don't know, these things that we do, like I don't know, like I legitimately think I wish I could do what you do. And I kind of think it's more important than the stuff that I do, like as Droomish, as a YouTuber, and I'm like being serious about that. But like something that I don't know, to really wax here for a second, like it bugs me, and like I'm not pissed if you do this to me. Like it bugs me when people, I don't know, they comment on this thing that I've created, these videos, and like the comment is like, "Oh, good job, you have big number." I'm like, well, that's not exactly why I made it. Like I don't know, in regards to the why, like the why of why did you do this? But then like I don't, and it's like I had an experience at the con that I went to where somebody told me essentially, and I like I said this last time, is like, you know that bit that you run sometimes? It's a really special bit, and it really like made my life a little bit better. And like I don't, so like the question of why I almost feel like is unfair in a way, but it is like, I don't know, is also like the question itself is maybe why we're doing this, for the people enjoying and hopefully enjoying this thing that you're creating. So you did a pretty special job, I think.
Thank you. Yeah, the person who kind of brought this project back to life, Goji, good pal, he pointed out to me something that I kind of some of these distros, man, I was not like, it was surreal that it was even happening, so I was kind of just like not present. I didn't click until he mentioned this part in the video that I watched many times over and edited and was present for, whatever. I forget who exactly it was, but somebody said they watched the attempt number 1 at this project, the gold PCNY egg video or whatever, and said that it inspired them to do a similar playthrough, which is like, I don't know, you can be an asshole and be like, okay, it's just a playthrough of a Pokemon game with eggs. Sure, that's not a new concept. But like, and I'm mentioning Goji because he pointed this out and like phrased it in this way. He was like, that's more than your views. That's, and I'm getting like real like sappy lame here, but like you opened the door, Droomish. Okay, this is your fault. But like,
I love it. This is why we do this.
He was like, that's more than any view count. That's more than any subscriber count. That's you, like, that's an impact on how somebody's experiencing this media that we all collectively enjoy and nerd out on, and that I kind of, as somebody who's getting started with YouTube, I'm definitely a little too numbers focused, I feel, just because like, well, we don't gotta get into that, but you know, just starting off, I'm like, I need to do quote unquote good or whatever, and then like getting that message from Goji, that was huge, because I just kind of was like, all right, whoa, that is huge, and I'm gonna think about that more than I refresh this analytics page every 5 minutes. No, that's an exaggeration, but yeah, it's wild. It's wild. I don't know. I'm running out of things to say about other than it's wild, not about the podcast, but about this, you know, whatever.
I mean, it's like there's like a level of scale to it, but like this thing that we're orbiting around right now, and I guess to bring it all back, unless there's other closing thoughts, like I think Mystery Gift is that way. Like I mean, like the cards, they're trying to get you the door, and like they're trying to get you in the door of the store or something. But like, I don't know, especially, I don't like I'm gonna like Gens 3 through 5 era events. It really is just like, and this ultimately does translate into market share, folks. Don't you worry about that. But it's like, let's create a memory, like we're here to create a memory, because they're not tied to the launch of the game. Well, I guess Victini was kind of, but like they're not like intrinsically tied to the launch of games. They're pretty far out, and I don't know, it just feels like bountiful creation. It will never not have an effect on me.
I have one more question for Celerba.
Okay.
Of all of the PCNY Pokemon, they're all eggs, right? Every single one of them is an egg that you can hatch?
All of the first stage, whatever those are called. I don't think they're technically called first stage. Maybe they are. I don't know.
Sure. If they can hatch from an egg,
yeah, because there are like legendaries
gotcha.
and like evolutions and stuff. But yeah.
Gotcha. Of all of them, do you have a favorite?
I feel like the common pick, or the easy pick, I should say, would probably be like, I think like Belly Drum Wooper is one of them.
Cool.
Yeah, that's awesome.
But there's 130-ish, I think. So like even saying that, I'm like,
goodness.
Is there even a Belly Drum Wooper? I don't know.
I mean, you had mentioned the Dragon Rage Magikarp.
So that
one
is actually not PCNY. Right,
because you said it was the
university
student?
carp that because he kind of brought this to life, I had to give my boy Goji a Pokemon in this distro, and he just really loves that carp, I guess. I don't know. So I was like,
that's so special.
I gotta add this carp in for you. And surprise,
is that the only one that isn't PCNY?
Yes.
Okay, cool.
Dang, that's a tough one. Any like, and this is a really large pool, but probably any of the eggs that have like truly quote unquote illegal moves, because there are a lot of them that it's like, oh, Tauros can no quick attack, which I'm just using this as an example. I don't know that this is actually the case, but there is a Tauros with quick attack that was in the distro, and for an example, it would be like, on like Bulbapedia, you would see like it knows quick attack, it's a move it won't learn until Gen 7 through a move tutor or something like that.
Yeah,
but there are a lot of them that like, I want to say Squirtle with Zap Cannon is
sick.
Is one that
that one's big.
I like don't think it can get ever. That's a huge one.
The flavor of that alone is really cool.
Yeah. So it's you know what? That's my final answer. I'm locking it in. Squirtle with Zap Cannon. 15% chance to be shiny. It's an egg.
That's awesome.
I'm consulting the docs, and I think Reversal Magikarp is my favorite.
There's a
Reversal Magikarp on here. I just pulled up the list. This is awesome.
Okay, I changed my answer.
That's great. Folks, we're going to have Celerba's video linked in the description. If you haven't checked it out already, you absolutely have to. The thumbnail, by the way, Celerba, is really nice.
Really cute.
I don't know if you made it, but well done.
The next one will be so far the only thumbnail I haven't made. Commissioning a super duper cool artist for it. You say who?
I just said ooh. I was excited.
I
guess we'll find out.
I was like, I guess I can share, but it'll be. Oh, maybe I don't know. And you don't have to say this, but I don't know like what your what the schedule's looking like. But I don't know your like turnaround for like this whole thing. I just hit my mic, so I don't know. Maybe the video will be out by then. Who knows? I don't know.
That's
If it is, we will link it.
Well, that's kind. That's very kind.
We will definitely have your World's Gen 2 distribution video linked as well. Where can people find you?
Plug.
I'm on everything. I'm on Roblox. I'm on Gaia Online. Catch me on MapleStory. I'm just thinking of like, now this is just like 2000s, like or late 2000s platforms. But yeah, no, I'm on everything like Twitter, Blue Sky, Twitch. It's all Slurpa everywhere. Add me on Discord. I don't know. Talk to me.
Sweet.
Awesome.
Well, thanks for joining us.
Thank you both. That was
for joining.
So fun. And if you ever want to do a mystery event episode, well, just let me know.
Maybe a little specific.
You're the guy.
I will call you. All right, well, folks, I think that's all we've got for you this time in Petalburg Woods. Next time, and I know I'm really bad about the next times, we're really doing the remakes episode for sure this time. We had a really awesome opportunity to hang out with Solerba, but we will for real do the remakes episode, Seth. Okay, it will happen. Until next time, you can find us outside of the forest as well. I'm on YouTube, famously, and then Capreo and I are both on Twitch. Both with underscores after our name, at Droomish _ at Capreo _. Please let us know what you thought of the show by leaving a review. And if you're on YouTube, like, subscribe, comment. I love my YouTube views and getting big analytical market shares. So please do all that. And as always,
I love cold hard cash.
Cold hard cash and novelties. As always, leave your pals at home, and we will see you next time on the Petalburg Woods. Goodbye, folks.
See ya.
Bye.
Petalburg Woods is hosted by Droomish and Capreo and produced by Girl Luigi. The theme music is by Capreo, and additional artwork is by Mo Paint Stuff. Let us know where you'd like to visit in the Pokémon Universe next. Email us at petalburgpod@gmail.com. And until